Hi, this is Maritza from Maritza Concepcion Intuitive Consultants. I am a psychic life coach. The following is a video from my live show from an anonymous caller. Please like, share, and subscribe.
T from North Carolina.
Okay, and what's your question?
Um, I kind of have a question like your last caller. About when I talked to this person again that I was seeing. I don't know if we broke up or we just stopped talking for the moment or what, but we stopped talking.
Okay, and you're thinking of rekindling that fire or rekindling the relationship?
I don't know.
Is that the question?
Oh yeah, I'm wondering is that possible or not? It's not like
Anything's
I had to
possible.
put
So
you on the spot because some time ago you told me that I would meet someone with kids that would probably have 2 kids and we would be like a family. And I met someone that had kids, that had 2 kids, and we kind of were like a family for a minute, but we just started having differences like recently.
okay,
Within the past few days,
okay,
and we stopped talking.
okay. So you want to know where that's gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And what's her initials?
What's the person's initials?
Yes.
PP.
Okay, let's see how it's gonna look like in the next month, okay?
Okay.
From now to next month, which is from May to June, okay?
All right.
Okay. I see that you were pretty passionate about it at first, but it fizzled out for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. However,
That's correct.
okay, however, it almost seemed like things were moving so fast and so hot and heavy that you guys both didn't have time to think about what you were doing or think about the long term. You were both thinking about the short term, um, um, the short term. Okay, so what I would say to you is this: if you're going to go back, this is a choice of both of you guys because I think you guys are both passionate and very emotional people. And if you think that, in your hearts of hearts that you see yourself with this person longer term, I would definitely call her and let her know, hey, these are my feelings. Like, what are you thinking? Does that make sense? Because I almost kind of feel like she thought the same way you did. It was just going way too fast, and it was going way too quickly, and and it and it quickly dried out. Does that make sense so far?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to think about in your mind, because I could see you going back, but before you do that, I want you to evaluate the situation before you go back into that. Does that make sense? Because it's just not you and her, it's you, her, and the children, and how you're going to work that out before you have this conversation with her. Just think of the pros and cons on this relationship before you approach her as well. But I do kind of feel like sometimes you do want to go back, and sometimes you're like, oh hell no. Does that make sense? Like yes and no.
Hey, that's like exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So it's kind of you have to go within and be brutal to yourself before you commit yourself to this relationship again. Okay,
Yeah.
or going back. Does that make sense? Before you go ahead. Because I see you going back and forth with the idea of it, which is great because it was great, it was fast, it was great, right? But now,
It seemed like almost like it was just meant to be.
right, okay, and sometimes when it feels that way, and a lot of passion is involved, and then all of a sudden it fizzes out, it's hard to go back there. So you need to figure out
And then
how
like all
you
of a
could,
sudden, so I try to detach my feelings away from it to
yeah, you shouldn't.
detach my feelings away from it to protect my own well-being.
Right. right? Because I almost kind of feel like you got overwhelmed with the whole idea of, holy cow, I have this family. I could say I have a family. So you need to reevaluate if that situation is going to work for you. Does that make sense? If you love her enough to stay with the situation. But I do kind of see you going back. But if you're going back, then I want you to definitely um, um, set the pros and cons for yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Well, I have one more caller on the line. Thank you so much for calling.
All right.
I'll be right back. You're welcome.
Thanks for watching. If you're interested in a private consultation, you can contact me on any social media links in the description box.